Probando. Probando. Ok, voy a volver a decir... Es más, vuelvo a empezar el stream. Aló, aló. Muy bien. Ah, sí, cierto, nuevo contenido. Pero me dicen que me faltaron finales de los normales, ¿verdad? Ah, sí, aquí era lo de las puertas. Ahora sí. La vez pasada fui por la puerta azul. Ahora vamos por la puerta roja.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ahora sí le hacemos caso de ir por la puerta roja.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Ahí está todo oscuro.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
A ver, a ver, a ver.
Here, yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Sí, yo también, señor.
I feel happy.
Qué bonitas lucecitas, aunque me medio duele verlas. Oh. Oh, mira. Qué bonito. Qué bonito.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Pues me voy, señor. Ya, solo eran puras luces.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Pero, señor narrador, hay que seguir. Hay que seguir con la historia, señor narrador.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
No.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Vamos a asustarlo otra vez. No me dice nada. Ya no me...
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
No. Sé que es nuestro final feliz, pero me voy.
No.
Ah, no morí.
Thank God you lived. Can we please get back to the other room?
No.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Ok. Ajá, te la creíste. Ajá. Estoy caminando más lento.
You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Ay, pobrecito, ya, pues, ya me sentí mal. Ya, perdóname, señor narrador, perdóname. Me regreso a las escaleras. Señor narrador, lo quiero mucho. Pero no puedo seguir así, señor narrador. Esta relación no va a funcionar. No va a funcionar así, señor. Así que tendré que hacerlo de nuevo, señor. Me tiro.
Is it over?
Creo que sí.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Pobrecito. Ok, hasta ahora fue el final más deprimente.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Así es, vamos a salvar al mundo. Vamos a salvar al mundo. A todos los godines de esta oficina vamos a salvarlos. Así es. Pero, señor narrador, tengo que agregar algo. Stanley se tropezó y cayó en el botonón.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Así es, vamos a destruir al mundo.
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Pero no, ¿por qué?
Time doesn't grow on trees.
Yo quería explotar todo. Tengo que hacer algo.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Ah, creo que tenía que hacer eso. No, señor, no estaba haciendo eso. Yo quería que explotara todo, señor.
one solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Humble.
Señor, usted no me entiende. Quiero que explote todo. Me está mareando la cámara.
It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable
Ay, Dios mío.
life from the moment we
Ah.
until the moment I say happily ever after.
Explotó. Bueno, vamos por el nuevo contenido.
Oh, new content?
Sospechoso, sospechoso.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Uy, qué
Oh,
emoción.
well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle?
Ah, saltos. Ajá. Saltos restantes. Tengo que saltar 36 veces. Pero es todo. ¿O no? Porque me puedo ir para allá.
Is that it?
Ay,
Yes.
¿dónde? Ah, mira.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Otra oficina. Ok. Gracias por disfrutar el nuevo contenido. $10 más por esto.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
Lo veo.
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
¿En verdad era todo? Ah, no, mira.
Psst. Stanley, come over
pasó?
here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Ok. Señor narrador, ¿está usted ahí? Me caigo. Ok.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
A ver. ¡Oh! ¡Es Dark Souls! ¡Mundo
I
abierto!
call it the Memory Zone. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
¡Guau! Yo no estuve presente en ese entonces, señor. Bueno, sí. O sea, fue en el 2013. Hace 10 años. ¿Qué estaba haciendo hace 10 años? Hace 10 años yo tenía 15 años. Estaba en la preparatoria, señor. Estaba en segundo semestre. Estaba estudiando electrónica. ¿Por qué? No sé, la verdad. La musiquita.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Mire, señor, la verdad, estaría nostálgica yo también, pero la verdad no jugué este juego en el 2013. ¡Oh, las puertas de colores! Esas que acabo de conocer. ¡Qué nostálgico! Ah, mira.
Oh no. Oh God, no.
Los
Stanley
reviews.
is a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
¿Estás seguro que quiere ver las reseñas? No siempre las reseñas son muy buenas. Oh, no. Oh, no. Justo lo que estaba a punto de decir, señor.
With his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
No le haga caso, señor.
Funny? I'm not trying to be
Uy.
funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
No le haga caso a ese señor. No sabe qué es lo bueno de la vida.
Now, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Un poquito, sí, la
You
verdad.
tell me if I wish there was a skip button.
No le
A
haga
skip
caso.
button.
No le haga caso.
Well,
No le haga
yes.
caso.
Yes, I think we can do that.
A ver, a ver.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here.
No se va a callar hasta que lo haga, ¿verdad? Ok.
Interminable... Oh, you're back, you see. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my...
Botón.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? Edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the...
Botón.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. I can ramble
Ay,
on to
podría
myself
hacer
about it.
otra
I know, it's
cosa.
shocking, isn't it? But
Hay una
I
puerta.
think the
No, no hay
skip
nada.
button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it. and
Espera,
just
¿y la puerta?
from the first
Bueno.
place. I don't think.
Botón.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're
¿Qué
back.
está pasando?
Perhaps how it's
Oh,
all
no, la
begun, right? Me
plantita.
talking and you saying, because I know you can't.
Señor narrador. ¿Ya se fue? Creo que ya se fue. Botón.
The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is
Ay.
never the end is never the
Creo que el narrador
the end is never the
ya-
end is never the end is never
Oh,
the
no.
end is never the
Lo perdimos, chicos, lo perdimos. Oh. 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 Ay, el botón. ¿Puedo saltar? El botón. ¿Puedo volver a picar? Parece que no. Es el fin del mundo. ¿Qué hago ahora? Miren qué bonito el sol. Praise the sun. Oh. Oh, nuevo contenido. Es el nuevísimo contenido. Es el más nuevo de los nuevos contenidos. Ok,
Oh,
vamos a
good.
ver.
You notice my sign. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
¡Guau! ¡La secuela! ¡Guau! ¡Guau! ¡Mira nomás!
Yes.
A ver. Ah, mira, es la nueva oficina. Mira, más moderna. Tienen laptops. More teaspoon. Ah, no, dice the Stanley Parable. Pensé que decía teaspoon. Órale.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
El hoyo del infinito. A ver, vamos a ver eso. A ver, me caigo.
Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is
Raro.
merely philosophical in
Sí.
nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out,
Tiene fondo,
Stanley.
wow.
I'm a...
Señor, me ha estado estafando de muchas maneras. Como no tiene idea. Uy.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. No, you have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Así
I couldn't
es.
help but feel... There it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this... How is this still appealing? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You
No,
couldn't bear
no
to
me
be away
deje,
from the
señor.
hole.
Oh. Ok. ¿Qué es esa música? Ah, caray. Está bajando. Cambia tu perspectiva, a ver. ¡Qué épico! Cambia tu percepción. Cambia tu realidad, a ver. ¡Ay, los perritos! ¿Qué es esto?
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
Oye,
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
ya me estaba divirtiendo.
Wide awake for-
Círculo de salto y salida. Vamos a la salida. Con todo y souvenir. Miren nomás qué guapo es esta cubeta.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Sí.
Ready to move on now?
Sí.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
A ver.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
¡Guau!
No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Espera, ¿ese soy yo?
Of course. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
¡Guau! Es la secuela.
Stanley worked for a company
¡Los globitos!
where he was
Ahora sí parece una secuela. Y que ya... La cubita! La cubita.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
A ver. Y si entras al cuarto de aseo con la cubeta... ¡Ay, mira nomás! ¿Cómo no se me ocurrió?
Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. Your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Mira, es el bebé, es la esposa.
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Otra vez esto. Oh, sí.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Espera. Me estás pidiendo que abandone la cubeta.
We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Pero no
I think
quiero.
it'll make a... Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't
No.
get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Ay, no, ¿qué es esto? Ay, ay, ay.
Destroyer, my prized creation. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Sí.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There.
Mira,
Now it's
gracias.
settled. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most...
Ay, es la misma cosa, pero ahora con un balde. Ay, ay, ay. Mira.
You found one of them. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
¿Estás listo, señor Balde? ¿Estás listo? Vamos por el final feliz.
Yes, they had done it. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. What? Wait.
¿Qué está
What was happening?
pasando?
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No, el balde.
Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Ok, le picaré al botón de on esta vez. A ver qué pasa.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exist. But at the last second, The bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds.
A ver, ¿dónde hay un pato? Un pato.
Whoa. The mind control.
¡El patito! Está bien guapo ese pato.
All the possible paths his life could have taken. This one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Así es. Soy feliz porque estoy viendo al pato. Miren qué guapo. Así es. Ese fue el mejor final porque tenía un pato. El final del pato, así es. A ver. ¿Cómo me subo yo? A ver. Está abierta en la ventana entonces. Mira, sí. Adiós.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Oh.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh. Ya te cansaste de este chiste. No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever.
¿Ahora qué hago? A ver, empezar de cero. Sí, es cierto, estamos jugando a la secuela. Ok, ahora con la cubeta.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
Not since the
¿Qué
evil
nos
wizard
dejaste?
Gamharata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed,
La música.
too far, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
¿Pero qué pasa?
Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
¿Pero qué acaba de pasar? Ya me cansé. Ya no puedo. Maldicidio, eso pasó. Maldicidio, así es. Ya, y creo que ya tuve suficiente. Ya, tuve suficiente con este juego. Ustedes díganme si quieren que lo siga jugando después, pero ya. Creo que ya sería todo por el día de hoy. Muchas gracias por venir a mi stream. Y así, pues ya saben, tomen agüita, Coman frutas y verduras, no olviden comer, tomen sus siestas también. Bye bye, nos vemos. Adiós.